Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I would apologize for not uploading a video for a while, but it seems like that would get kind of repetitive at this point. So let's just say, oops. Anyway, since I haven't uploaded in a while and I'm off work this week, I figured I would try out a dumb idea that I've had written up on my ideas board for a while. Have you guys ever heard of Kinder eggs? Basically, they're just chocolate eggs that have little plastic toys inside of them. I believe they were actually banned in the US for fear that small children might choke on the toys when they're eating the chocolate egg. Anyway, I decided to try making a reverse Kinder egg. Instead of a chocolate egg with a plastic toy inside, I made a plastic egg with a chocolate toy inside. Take that, society. So, to get started, I found this optical illusion RabbitDuck toy thing on Thingiverse and printed it out on my Prusa i3. If you actually care about how the chocolate toy looks, you should probably sand out any imperfections in the 3D print before you make the mold. I didn't do that, but don't let that stop you. After that, I got some of this easy mold silicone putty from a local craft store and used it to make a mold out of the RabbitDuck thing. Riveting content. If you're following along trying to do this yourself, first of all, why? But you'll want to only mix enough for half of the mold at a time, then mix up the two parts of the silicone putty until the two colors are thoroughly mixed together. Next, create the bottom part of the mold by flattening it on a table and pressing half of the RabbitDuck into the putty. Then, press the putty around the tight areas to make sure you get all of the details from the 3D print. Also, I used 2 pieces of wooden dowel to poke holes and make sure both halves of the mold match up later. After that, I let the bottom half of the mold cure overnight to make sure the top half of the mold wouldn't stick to it. The next day, I put the 2 pieces of dowel into the holes and made sure the RabbitDuck was still in place, mixed up the other half of the silicone putty and pressed it down on top of the mold. After letting that cure for a couple of hours, I pulled out the dowels and pried the top mold off to let it cure overnight again. I'm sure you could get away with less time, but I was erring on the side of caution since I planned on putting chocolate in it. Also worth mentioning, the easy mold putty I used is supposed to be food safe, so, proceed at your own risk with whatever you use. So, time to melt the chocolate for the RabbitDuck. I used some Lily's chocolate chips because they're arguably keto friendly, but you can use whatever chocolate you want. I put the chocolate chips inside 2 Ziploc bags, then heated up some water in the microwave and used that to melt the chocolate. After that, I pulled the inner Ziploc bag out and cut the tip off the corner. I wasn't paying any attention, so it started dribbling into the mold before I was ready. Anyway, I filled up both halves of the mold with entirely too much chocolate, then I put both halves of the mold together and put the dowels back in place. After squeezing out all the excess chocolate and making a disgusting mess, I stuck the whole mold in the freezer overnight. And as you can see, it turned out pretty good. Not bad for a first try. Now that we have the chocolate rabbit duck, time to start the print. I modeled this egg with a little raised platform inside to keep the chocolate away from the bottom of the egg and the heated bed. I'll upload it to Thingiverse maybe, but you probably shouldn't try this at home. I tried printing at first with only support structures holding up the egg, but that didn't turn out so great, so I lowered the egg into the bed a little bit in Simplify 3D to flatten the bottom. For the most part that helped, but anyway, I let it print until there was enough space for the rabbit duck on the little platform. And I threw it in. You could pause the print if you want, but it didn't matter that much to me in this case. At the end of the print, the egg did break free from the bed, but it mostly closed up the top anyway, so whatever. I wasn't about to start the whole process over. After that, I put the egg in the freezer for about an hour to let the chocolate cool off, and that's pretty much it. This is the finished product, a reverse Kinder egg. Now to just open the egg and, yeah, so I did try biting it, but that didn't help much anyway. So the only real solution to the problem, a hammer. The rabbit duck's beak/ears did break off during the extraction process, and the second hit with the hammer sent the rabbit duck flying across the room onto the floor. I thought maybe it broke in half, but no, it just melted onto the platform while it was printing. Anyway, I highly recommend trying this if you're looking for a gift for that special someone or just a confused child. Seriously though, this is pretty dumb. It was a dumb idea. This is a dumb video. Don't hit PLA with a hammer unless you're wearing some kind of eye protection. Also, I didn't eat the rabbit duck. Not just because it fell on the floor, but, you know, based on principle. He was the star of the show after all. Anyway, if you've somehow made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. I may have another one up at some point in the semi-near future, depending on certain things. If this crap was at all entertaining or helpful to you, feel free to click the like or subscribe button. If there are any videos specifically that you'd like to see on my channel, feel free to recommend them in the comments below. I've taken a few suggestions in the past, it could happen again. But anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time. So time to melt the chocolate for the rabbit duck. So time to melt the chocolate for the rabbit duck. I used some lilies. I can't say lilies. Lilies. So time to melt the mold. Damn it. Melt the mold. Yes, please. So time to melt the chocolate for the rabbit duck. I used some Lily's chocolate chips because they're arguably keto friendly, but you can use whatever chocolate you want.